The octangular ARG is a mystery that's been running deeply throughout SMPEarth, even since the very beginning. But did you know that there's actually another mystery on SMPEarth? A mystery that's actually popped up quite recently. It's been dubbed the 7 ARG, due to the recurring theme of the number 7 throughout all of its clues. It seems like the rising number of occurrences related to the octangular has inspired the reveal of even more mysteries on the server, the 7 ARG being the most prominent. The first occurrence of anything relating to the 7 ARG is when Wuna301 was exploring the inside of the giant Christmas tree, which had appeared several days beforehand for a Christmas event. Inside, he discovered a sign that said 36p SMPE. Wuna also checked the back of the block the sign was attached to, where he found another sign that said 1151-2. Attaching these numbers to the SMPEarth website led directly to a page with a countdown that was going to end about 20 days later. The next day, a set of coordinates appeared on the Dyn map. These coordinates were made of bedrock, so they had to be important. Everyone's favorite detective, Kara Corvus, found herself investigating the area that they led to, which is where she found a sign with a string of code. Now I know what you're thinking. Visionaire cipher, right? Nihilist cipher? Base 64 decoder? No. It was the most damning puzzle of all. A link to a YouTube video. But things wouldn't stay easy for long. The video was 2 minutes and 29 seconds long, and the majority of it was Josh, one of the admins, blowing up Santa's grotto, which was built during Christmas. But the last 5 seconds or so of the video was something else. The strange sound was put through a spectrogram, which revealed the word Sinai. So one thing led to another, and it was discovered that Sinai is actually a mountain in Egypt. So Kara headed over to Mount Sinai and discovered a cave underground. After some spelunking, she found a picture of a large flaming number 7, along with 2 skeletons named Todd and Andrew. There was also a third skeleton named Jim, who was locked in a cage. Behind the picture of the 7 was a chest, and inside was a book titled Congratulations, written by Todd.
Day 777. Dear all staff, the days are surpassing fast. We have successfully passed the last 777 without an error. Unlike last time. Remember Jim? That was funny. As a congratulations to the team, we're going to host a celebratory secret event. Don't tell Andrew. Meet us at the 7 underneath Mount Sinai.
Included with this message was some kind of password, written in base 64, which can be decoded into a series of numbers, which you should be seeing on screen right now. These numbers could also be decoded using A1Z26, which is a cipher that replaces letters with its corresponding number. For example, B equals 2, C equals 3, and so on. The numbers were decoded into the phrase, 7 is key. The next day, Josh was spotted at the coordinates X7777 and Z7777, building 7 small islands out of netherrack. Kara headed to the location where she jumped into a tube made of bedrock. Inside was a very ominous path that led to a room with a command block. Powering the command block placed a golden sword in Kara's inventory, which was named Key. She delved deeper into the tunnels, where she found a very large room with 3 pathways. 2 of them were sealed off, but when she tried to enter the one that was open, she was teleported into the middle of Siberia and was given the message, "Attention, user root has entered the chamber. Please confirm your identification. Along with this message, there was also an error and another message telling her to return in 24 hours. These ARGs love their fucking countdowns, am I right? So 24 hours later, Kara returned to the islands, which had significantly expanded since her last visit. I think they might be rising out of the ocean. She decided to pull in Captain Sparkles to help her explore the chamber. There was now a giant chunk of the room missing with several small passageways. They eventually found a room with another skeleton named Andrew who was protecting a chest. Inside was a book from Andrew named Day 778.
Day 778. Todd and crew tried to trap me yesterday. I trapped them. They have signed with Laramie. My days are limited. I have hidden in my vault. Don't trust Laramie.
So it seems like these two mysteries are more connected than we think. Laramie was a big part of the Octangular mystery, and it seems like our boy Andrew has some kind of beef with Laramie. Kara and the captain set off for the Laramie online offices, just in case anything had changed. And things definitely had. In the offices, they discovered a piece of paper called 5757, and a book called Day 779.
Day 779. Someone is at the door. I don't know who it is, or why they are here. Did Todd escape? I have made an escape through my secret back door and initiated a board. I hope my disguise has worked. Laramie seems to be dead? Big Prism is offline? What did they do?
Very interesting developments. Kara explored the coordinates X and Z 5757, but were prevented by some kind of divine intervention. Perhaps the area wasn't ready to be explored yet. The next day, it appeared that another netherrack island was rising out of the ocean at 5757, while the first netherrack islands grew into a volcano. Kara and the captain went exploring once again when they discovered that the two islands were actually connected by a fault line underwater. Perhaps the second island would grow into a volcano too. Not much else was found on this day. Kara and Captain explored both volcanoes, and even the patch of bedrock that Kara was teleported to in Siberia. Nothing of consequence was found. Another day, another volcano. A small patch of netherrack was spotted along the fault line, meaning that there were now 3 volcanoes connected. The duo explored all 3 volcanoes until they discovered a sign that read, "Laramie is the key to pass." They both knew what they had to do. Once they arrived at the Laramie offices, they were surprised to see that the officers were now fiercely corrupted. A hunk of netherrack, bedrock, and void were residing in the place where the computer once was. The captain noticed a small 1x1 hole in the bedrock, which could be entered using water or a trapdoor. Kara crafted a trapdoor, and the duo entered a maze of command blocks and redstone. They both fiddled with the redstone until the command block started spitting out messages. The first was black lines, the second was west, and the third was Big Prism 2.3. They continued fucking around with the redstone until one of the command blocks blew up the captain. Soon after, a new message was sent saying Big Prism 2.3, overheating protocol. The captain was teleported back to the offices, presumably by an admin. He went back inside of the room, which was now filled with ice, to retrieve his items. The duo seemed to be at a loss for what to do next, until someone in chat pointed out that black lines had appeared on the map to the west. They made their way on foot to the structure, where they met up with Filza. The 3 explored what seemed to be a series of chambers hidden underneath a volcano. The captain found another golden sword named Key, which was accompanied by a book named Congratulations, the same book that Kara found earlier. There was also a note which reads,
"Hey Andrew, here's the new key for the vault. Don't lose it this time."
The message is clearly referring to the fact that Kara lost the original key and needed it to be replaced. They continued exploring and discovered that everyone who had worked in this facility had been given the same book in their assigned lockers. The three went deeper into the chamber where they found more bedrock tunnels. It was a tight squeeze, but they made it through. Eventually they came across a large bedrock room with several doors that required passwords of some kind. Behind the doors was a large wall of command blocks. They picked a seemingly random block to activate, resulting in both the captain and Filza being exploded. Kara survived with 6 hearts. During the commotion, the command block spit out a message. Big Prism 2.1 Pirate. Do not enable. Not stable. 7 Prism Beta 0.7575. Maybe it's some kind of pirated operating system? They continued messing with command blocks until another message was sent in chat. It was some kind of file directory, but the main takeaway was the numbers. 7777, 5555. The three were given a book titled 7. It's a very long message, so I'll just put them up on screen. Pause the video if you'd like to read. The group headed to the coordinates given by the computer, where they found another command block. When pressing it, they were struck by lightning and given a book written by Andrew. The text inside merely said, "They know." Very ominous. After this, not much happened for the next 2 weeks. All people could do was wait until the 11:51 countdown ended. When it finally did on day 55, text appeared on the page with the numbers 00. Obviously it's coordinates. It just so happened that when the countdown ended, a very large volcano emerged at 00. Many people from across the globe came to the volcano in hopes of claiming resources. Kara finally got there, which is when the search started for an entrance. Kara was aided by the likes of Pete, Filza, Time Dio, Grunk, Bitzel, and Tanning Oil, a group of unlikely heroes. Grunk discovered an entrance on the north side of the volcano. The group delved deep into the tunnel when they found a large cavern made of netherrack and moon rock. They made their way towards the top of the cavern where they found 4 tunnels. 3 of them were dead ends, but one led to a giant room filled with command blocks, far larger than the last 2 rooms. A command block was activated and sent the message Proctism V8.0. After II, wait XXIV hour. More command blocks were activated until explosions started happening. Luckily, no one died this time, but the explosions revealed a large obsidian room with 6 doors marked by Roman numerals, with only doors 1 and 2 being available. Behind both doors were strings of code, which turned out to be part of the URL for YouTube videos. The videos contained Morse code, which was translated to base 64, which was then translated into day 5 and day 7. Using the SMPEarth wiki, we can deduce that 2 major events happened on these days. The end raid and the fake end landing. Clearly the end is involved somehow. A little bit later, Captain Sparkles joined the group, which is when doors 3 and 4 became available for the players to solve. It was the same deal. The code was translated again and led to YouTube videos with Morse code, which was then translated into day 40 and day 45. On day 40, Josh teased the use of moon gravity in the end, and on day 45, the real end landing happened. More evidence that the end was involved somehow. The group returned to the command block room where Kara stood on a pressure plate, activating a series of messages that you see on screen. Grunk came across a room, similar to the one in Mount Sinai. On the wall was a picture of a flaming number 5 and a skeleton skull named Jim. The final 2 doors then became available, but there was nothing behind them. The group was at a loss when all of a sudden it came to their attention that the volcano was erupting, filling the cavern with lava. The number 6542 was then sent from a command block. The group first thought it was part of a set of coordinates, but it turned out that if you attach the number to an SMPEarth link, you would get sent to another countdown. This time, the countdown was only 22 hours, and would end on the following day. However, Kara was unexpectedly banned from Twitch for 3 days. The ARG lead detective was benched for 3 days. The countdown was extended another 48 hours. However, once it reached 0, it was extended once again, and would now end on the 24th of January. And so far, that's everything we know about the mystery of 7. There's still many questions to be answered. Why did Todd betray Andrew? How does it connect to Laramie and the Octangular? What is this all leading to? We'll just have to find out in the coming weeks, I guess. Hopefully you've all enjoyed this video. I spend a long time creating these, and it would mean a lot if you could all subscribe. We're really close to 20k subs. Thank you all for watching, and see you soon.